And bottom of the third inning, Victoria Roberts was at the plate when Mackenzie Brewster was caught stealing to end the inning. So Roberts back in the box to start the bottom of the third. Randy Scoville, Jim Battersby here at Cuesta Field. It is the Western State Conference Gold home opener for the Cougars. Both they and the Raiders of Moorpark started on the road last week, winning both their games. Cougars started off at Oxnard, and for the Raiders, they were at Hancock to take on the Bulldogs and took a doubleheader there. First pitch fouled off for a strike by Victoria Roberts.
Interesting, they sent Mackenzie Brewster, who's the catcher, but you have to remember that she's an outfielder, infielder, and has pretty good speed, so that was a wise move last inning.
Ball in the dirt.
Pay off.
I'm sorry, ball in the dirt, 1-1, and notice also that left-hand catcher you talked about is in fact Checky, who had the knee injury we saw in the top part of the inning, but back in the crouch and seems to be doing all right. 1-1 pitch from Amar. It's a fastball a little bit in, 2-1.
There's little subtleties in softball. There's a lot of bounce balls and, you know, a lot of chance to get nicked and so forth. So she got nicked at bat. Now she's in the most precarious position on the field to get nicked again. So.
Yeah, it's slapped over to third. Silvera gets it on that in-between hop and is continuing to play solid defense over to third. Throws out Roberts 5-3 to start off the Cuesta third inning with one out. Now we go to the top of the order as Christina Corsoletti will not hit today. It's Courtney Bragg, the third baseman, who grounded out to third. Last time around, in fact, you're talking about being behind the plate nicked. It's not kind of an if but a when proposition when you play in that position.
Or how often.
Yes. Courtney Bragg, a left-handed hitter, is going to send this one right back to the mound and very quickly, as was necessary, as Bragg was flying down the line as you would expect from a leadoff hitter. Amar able to throw her out for the second out.
I clocked that throw in the low 80s overhand. I wouldn't want to be that close to her when she's throwing that hard.
Well, that's another thing we say about softball is that everything is compressed because of the smaller dimensions, so things move that much faster. So Courtney Bragg out of Thousand Oaks is out for out number 2, and it's Jasmine Singh from Morro Bay, ripping the first one foul, 0-1. Jasmine, first time up, was hit by a pitch and eventually was forced to third base. No score, bottom of the third. 2 down for the Cougars, and Singh, the number 2 hitter.
Yeah, Amar seems to be working the inside of the plate a lot. I haven't seen her move outside too much.
So Singh up in the box, 0-1 pitch.
As she throws to the outside corner.
There you go, working around, and we got a 1-1. So Cougars have been able to find some base runners here and there, so is Moorpark, but so far nobody's been able to touch home as we go to 2-1 to Singh.
Well, that's a sign of it's a good ball game. We've got 2 good pitchers pitching and 2 solid defenses, and this is your typical softball game, low scoring. And
with some solid defense, 2-1. Again, rip foul on the third base side by Singh, 2-2. And playing second base today. And one of those local players coming from, as we mentioned earlier, Morro Bay High School. Again, wind, we feel it a little bit, but we don't see it so much with the flag. Really hasn't had an impact on the game as of yet, but really just a marvelous day out here as the 2-2 is high for a full count.
Been out here too many times when it's like the Antarctica or something. It can really get cold, and it impacts the game and fans' morale, everything. You got to be bundled up most of the time here.
Otherwise, just a marvelous March day as this is going to be ripped in through the hole for a base hit by Singh into right field. They'll try to throw it first, but it will not get there in time, so base hit to right field. Jasmine Singh on for the second time. She's a 2-out base runner with the conference's leading hitter, Krims Matsutani, coming up. Matsutani, who came into the game hitting .550, had a base hit her first time up, not surprisingly, since that happens more than half the time.
It's going to be interesting to see if they come right at her or kind of pitch her under a little bit. We'll see. We'll know in a pitch or 2.
Fastball and fouled back by Matsutani, strike 1. And out of Iolani High School in Honolulu. It's coming and just been an explosive offensive performer this year for the Cougars.
Just a short little 4.5-hour trip across the Pacific, huh?
Yeah, when you do it enough, that's shorter. And after the pitch, it's thrown wide, trying to get Singh off of first base. In fact, on the overthrow, she's going to be able to turn second and go into third standing up. So the Cougars able to create a little something there on the error on the throw by Checky behind the plate. Singh all the way to third now with 2 down.
I'll be amazed if they pitch to her in this situation. Let's see. Runner on third, 2 outs.
Can put a force back on, so
yeah.
Singh over talking with Coach McGuire. Matsutani with a 1-1 count.
Maybe they don't know about her.
I had a feeling they just might. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Still no score, and pitching her away, 2-1.
Well, that didn't look like she was trying to pitch around her. That was a pretty close pitch, but I don't think she's going to come down the middle. She can help it.
Work the margins, perhaps. And check swing, but went around. Yeah, it's 2-2. Matsutani with a grin on her face. She thought about that one. It looked pretty appealing, but then couldn't change her mind in time.
Yeah, that broke away, dropped and broke away. So now I'm pretty sure she'll pitch to her now.
2-2, 2 down. Singh at third, Matsutani at the plate, and the pitch from Lamar is going to be check swing, but this time she got back in time. It is low and a full count.
Yeah, way outside too on that. So.
And again, there's some margin for Lamar, like you mentioned, because you have a dangerous hitter and you've got first base open with 2 down. That Matsutani's going to have to watch this one pretty carefully.
I'm not looking for anything real good here. We'll see.
Full count pitch, and it's hittable, and it's up the middle, and it's going to score a run. Jasmine Singh scores on an RBI single by Corinne Matsutani, and we have our first score of the ballgame, bottom of the third, 1-0 Cougars.
Great piece of hitting. That was a good pitch. She was going after her, and she just took it solidly right back up the middle. So you play with fire, you get burned sometime, okay? And that happened.
And set up by the throwing error that allowed Singh to go from first to third. Corinne Matsutani 2 for 2 today. Over at first base, 1-0 lead for the Cougars in the bottom of the third. And next up is Summer Pratt, who reached on a fielder's choice. Summer Best, rather. Summer Pratt coming up a little bit later. Swing and a miss, and sliding in with a lot of speed as Matsutani. Throw goes through into center field, but quickly retrieved by Chapman. So Matsutani will stay put, but a stolen base. And again, Coach McGuire being aggressive here and seeing an opportunity, has a little momentum here, and her best player on the base is going to try and make the most of it.
Almost looked like there was a coverage mix-up between the shortstop and the second baseman. The shortstop broke at the very last possible second to cover the bag.
I wondered about that. Summer Best at the plate with an 0-1 count after giving up on the steal attempt. Takes one high, 0-1. Matsutani over at second base after driving in a run to make it 1-0 here in the third.
Another thing about Matsutani is she runs very well, too. She's very quick. She's the real deal.
All-around play, we've seen her strong defensively as well. And swing and a miss, but got a piece of it. So Matsutani, who is more than halfway to third base, rather, is going to have to go back to second base, and it's a 1-2 count to Best.
With a left-handed catcher, I send her. I really do. You got the right-handed batter blocking her, and anyway.
And Best showing bunt at a 1-2, now coming back.
There it
goes.
goes.
Ball bounces, and the runner went, but checking on it pretty quickly. And Matsutani had gone about a third of the way and decided to head back 2-2.
The batter was off the baseline, but it's still going to be a difficult throw for the catcher.
Yeah, 2-2 with first base open, taken high for a full count. And really, I don't think we've even seen a fly ball at this point, except the very soft chop.
Yeah,
that was it.
Right, that's it.
A lot of line drives and ground balls so far, full count. And this one is kind of an oops. It's a pop-up, another soft pop-up taken in foul territory by Silvera. But the Cougars do get one across in the bottom of the third inning. They score on a run on a pair of hits, including an RBI single by Corinne Matsutani. So 3 out of the way, and it is 1-0 Cougars. And we will be right back with more right after this commercial break.
This program is produced by Cuesta Broadcasting. Start your radio, TV, and film career at Cuesta College.